Mm-hmm. How do I make on my thing full screen again? Yeah. This one I'm live. Should I just leave my laptop in my house? I need to check this thing.
My cover is under the chair. I think I can get Wait, wait. Well, could you help me like like use
put her back in the crib. My friends kept to themselves, didn't notice anything weird. The man held my daughter closely to his chest and rocked her back and forth. Don't worry about anything, Mike and Sarah. Ellie's in very good hands. My stomach turned with fear, and Sarah's face went pale white. I started to walk toward him to try and get my baby away from him, but he moved back. I wouldn't do that to my people. I got enraged, clenched my fists. If you take another step towards me, today will turn into the worst day of your life. I froze, panicked. He continued. Sarah is going to politely tell everyone that there's a gas leak and that the fire department is on the way. Everyone needs to leave right now, and make sure you put on your best smile. My fists were trembling. If you don't tell them to leave right now, your precious little peach will pay. My hands trembled with murderous rage. Then I nodded to Sarah, signaling that she should do what he says. She turned to the party and got their attention. I'm so sorry, everyone. The gas company just called. There's a leak somewhere in the area, and they want everyone off the property until they can check it. Sorry. My friends groaned and moaned, then quickly left. The strange man smiled at my friends as he bounced Ellie on his hip and sang, "Rocka my baby on the treetop. If everything goes according to plan, the cradle will drop." My mom used to sing that to me. He laughed maniacally. Ellie squirmed against his shoulder and looked at me with scared, helpless eyes. "It's gonna be okay, baby. I'm here. Don't lie to her like that. How do you know everything's gonna be okay?" I lost my patience. "Why don't you quit your weird little game and tell us what the hell you want?" "I'd love to. My name's Dorian. 6 months ago, I was working out of a sweatshop in Pennsylvania. We ran phone scams. Old people, mostly, pretending to be the IRS, that kind of thing. One day I called your pretty little wife here. Sarah stiffened beside me. Unfortunately for me, she didn't fall for it. But Sarah is special because her dumbass father, I believe Frank is his name, is a freaking cop. He traced the call, sent a team, and kicked in our door at 4 in the morning. I went to county jail for a week. I was studying him as he talked and was searching for a way in to grab Ellie, but I could barely stop my hands from shaking. My mother had to bail me out. She was so ashamed of me, all because of you, and there's nothing I hate worse than letting down my mother. I was alarmed to hear that. Clearly, this guy's psycho. Mother had to spend $40,000 to bail me out. 2 days after I got out, she slapped me across the face so hard that my lip started bleeding. I hate it when she does that. I had to swear to her that I would pay her back, and I will. He glared at Sarah. "You owe me $40,000, you twit. Cash, right now, or you'll be at Ellie's funeral within a week." Panicked, raging thoughts pounded through my head. Then I quickly formed a plan. I calmly put my hands out towards her, trying to disarm her. "Okay, just take it easy. We have a safe upstairs, and there's about that much cash in it, but it needs both of our fingerprints to open it. Then what the hell are you waiting for? Go open it. If you're not back in 5 minutes, I leave with her. I will not let down my mother." I took Sarah by the hand and quickly pulled her into the living room. As soon as we were past the kitchen and out of his line of sight, she started to pace frantically as tears formed. "This guy's a psycho. What are we gonna do? Listen, I need you to take a deep breath and hear me out. We're going to give him a duffel bag filled with toilet paper rolls and make him think it's cash. As soon as I hand it to him and he opens it up, I'll dive low and take out his legs. You grab Ellie out of his hands. Got it?" She shook with terror, and I grabbed her shoulders. Sarah, I need you to be strong right now. Can you hear me?" She nodded. "Good. Ellie's going to be okay. I'm going to tear this bastard's limbs off. But for right now, we need to stay composed and execute the plan." I steadied myself, filled up a duffel bag with toilet paper rolls, and nodded at Sarah. She gritted her teeth, and we stepped out to see him. He's gone. I panicked, rushed out front to see him standing near a black sedan, Ellie in his arms. "Leave the cash right here in front." I slowly walked over to him and set down the duffel bag. Sarah followed closely behind me. Then he pulled out a handgun, and I hesitated. My plan might have to change based on that. He knelt down, kept the gun on me, and unzipped it. My anger boiled over, and I slapped the gun out of his hand, lowered my
Check you.
shoulder,
My
and
stream is
tackled
streaming.
his black sedan.
Hey, when is
Sarah was right beside me and grabbed Ellie
no my
by the
charger?
before he hit the
No,
ground.
that's
Dorian went down hard and slammed onto the concrete. I got on top of him.
you
"You
need to
messed with
cook
the wrong
cover.
family, you piece of crap." I slammed his
No,
gun
no,
across
move
his
like
shirt and left marks across his face as I
you're watching it.
my rage was boiling and I bounced his head off of the asphalt.
Because I
He was unconscious in about 5 seconds, and my
I
fist
I'm not
clenched.
sure.
Even after
Oh,
he was out
because of
cold,
the
I
cover.
kept swinging. I heard loud pops and crunches, and then saw his neck was laying in a crooked fashion against the curb. I finally stopped, glanced at my bloody up
Me
knuckles.
too.
I wasn't sure if he
You
was
like
bleeding.
it? I know. I think it's a
"Are you all
line
right?"
actually.
I nodded, still trying to concentrate. Sarah held Ellie, who was softly crying on her shoulder, and I felt shame
Well, this already.
having done what
Yeah.
I just did crushing my baby. One of my fears was my little girl seeing me as a monster.
Oh my goodness, come on, love. You know I can't take my nose
Sarah
to the
held her tight.
Well,
It's okay.
put on
Everything's
streaming.
all right.
Oh,
Sarah
I
laid
pause
down.
this one.
I got attention. Call your dad, Sarah. We're
Let
gonna
me
need
finish
help.
this.
Why? Because I heard his
Are you
name
on my
said
stream?
one of the punches and he doesn't
Yeah,
believe
she
it.
on
Sarah's eyes bulged.
Check, let me see.
Then she quickly called her father, Frank. I made sure none of our neighbors could see anything and laid a blue tarp over him so no one could see anything if we drove by. Sarah hung up the phone. He's on his way and he's bringing some help. He said don't touch anything. I felt a crazy adrenaline dump and got exhausted for a few minutes before two unmarked Cleveland PD cruisers showed up. The two men inside were not in uniform and they were older, around Frank's age. They looked at me and then down at Dorian and at the pistol in the grass. Shortly thereafter, Frank arrived with his new wife, Diane. She took Sarah and Ellie into the house while Frank kneeled down to examine Dorian, felt the back of his neck, and let out a sigh. I got really nervous. What is it? His neck's broken. Not sure how bad. I felt a strange mix of being satisfied and really awful at the same time. I wasn't trying to paralyze the guy, but I lost control. Don't worry. I have connections at the hospital and at the station that can make the paperwork go away. I nodded, deeply appreciative.
Oh wow, so it takes like at
1
least
week went by.
less
A
than
police
1 minute.
officer I didn't know called me. Hey, just a heads up. Dorian's family is one of the worst criminal organizations on the East Coast. His parents have been running a gun and drug operation since the late 80s. I felt a chill travel up my spine. Do you think they'll come for us? Unfortunately, I do. Shit. What can you do? I'm not sure. It's not enough to trigger witness protection. All I can say is, watch your back. I immediately called Frank. Did you know Dorian was connected to crime? I had no idea. I thought it was strange that Frank didn't know that. I poured myself a drink and grew really fearful because I don't think this is over. 2 nights later, Sarah and I got Frank and Diane to babysit while we went out to dinner. We ate at an Italian place downtown, and on our way home, we reached a stretch of street that passes a quiet industrial area. I noticed a white van following us. My throat tightened, my hands gripped tighter around the wheel. Then I looked back and realized saw the white van pick up
Why is
speed,
the audio
pull
on?
up right behind us, and slam into our back bumper. Hold on! Our car spun out of control. I felt the wheels spinning and turning. We
Zero
spun
zero.
into a metal
Yes.
Shit.
Yes, still.
God. Did that add for my stream?
No.
I was gay. Come on. I didn't think. Okay.